think I'm live now, right? I've never done a scheduled one before. It's a little bit more tricky. It's really not, but... So how's everybody doing? I'm finally a little better. Just a teeny little bit better. Honestly, I'm a lot better, but still don't feel great. Hey, Shayna. Don't get COVID, kids. It ain't fun. Or unless you're my roommates and they're like, I was fine, whatever. Like, it hit me like a fucking freight train. Thank you. I'm just a little congested now. It's mostly, like, I'm mostly back to normal. And yeah, the tired thing is mostly the COVID thing. Like, you just get hit with, like, random, like, bouts of being, like, really tired. So I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to, like, work on some stuff. And then I'm just, like, exhausted. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go to sleep, actually. Hey, Quark War. And thank you just in time. Will I be getting the vaccine? Fuck yes. I ain't ever doing this shit again. Like, this only provides me maybe like 3 months of immunity at most. So, yeah, no, it's first opportunity I get, I'm going to get the vaccine. Because I just got called in to work tomorrow, and I can't go now because I haven't finished my quarantine. I'm like, fuck. It's this close to getting like another shift at work, and then of course, timing is everything. And yeah, it's that bad. It ain't fun at all. So let me walk y'all through it. Um, right after that stream, the last one that I had, I was feeling very not bad or anything. I just had a really bad headache, and I was like, all right, well, I recorded all day. It was probably that, and I ended up going to bed kind of early. Um, but then in the middle of the night, at like 3 in the morning, I woke up with the chills and a really bad fever, and I was like, oh shit, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. And it was, like, it was bad. Like, I was shivering so hard, I had to, like, throw on 3 layers of blankets. Hey, Noah. It was really hard to go back to sleep because I was just, like my teeth chattering together, just desperately trying to not feel cold and hot at the same time, just like sweating profusely. And then the next morning and the rest of that day, I still had a pretty bad fever. And yeah, I agree. Chills are the worst. I really hate that. And so yeah, the next day I had a fever, just laid in bed all day. I mean, pretty much this whole time I haven't been doing anything. I've been laying in bed, like not doing anything, just trying to get better. Um, but yeah, the fever finally let up either that night or the following morning. But at that point, my ears got really, really infected. And they're still infected. Like, it kind of hurts to talk right now because of that, but not nearly as bad because I finally got antibiotics for it and it's feeling a lot better, but still not great. Trying to think what else. The fatigue just kind of hits you out of nowhere. Thanks, Carlos. And yeah, it was just kind of on and off with all of that. Just like trading off one symptom for another, where my throat was like insanely sore. There was a point where, like, I was spitting up, not like full on blood, but like it was so painful to swallow that when I did finally like get up a little bit of mucus, like there was always a little bit of blood with it, and I'm like, that's not good. But that passed too, obviously. Sorry, let me go through some of these comments. Were you able to binge anything in the days where you were starting to feel better? No, not really. Like it's hard to concentrate on anything when you're not feeling good, I feel like. And I didn't want to like binge something and then have to rewatch it all because I wasn't paying attention. The only thing I watched really on this whole COVID journey was Wonder Woman, which I would love to talk to you all about because my fucking dumbass roommates are like, I don't want to watch it. I have other stuff I'm doing. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I want to talk about something. My taste never went away. Neither did my smell. Those are both fine. Like, I'm a little congested in my nose right now. You can probably hear it, but not too bad. Hey, Justin Bell, and thank you. And yes, let's talk about it. It's a nah for you. I kind of liked it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I was like, it was okay. Eat edibles. Sorry. Edibles and me do not get along. I'd much rather smoke. Which I didn't want to smoke with COVID. I'm like, my lungs are, at risk here. So I was like, I'm not really smoking shit. But now that I'm feeling better, I'm back to my Juul just a little bit more. But anyways, Wonder Woman. And yeah, Jenny, I'm feeling better now. But I felt like garbage when it actually happened. Like it was very, very bad. 5 out of 5 for you. See, I just don't think it was that bad. There were parts of it that were so good and so cool to me that I could not rate it that low. Like there were parts I thought were really stupid and very mediocre, but I just thought there were the good parts were too good for me to be like, nah. It's not like a failure of a movie, in my opinion. Netsetter, that's also what I give it, yeah. Was a goofy good time, shouldn't deserve this. It was a goofy good time. At times I think way too goofy. 6 out of 10. And yeah, I agree with you, Jenny. Like, even, like, I 100% believe people have some valid criticisms of the movie. Because, like I said, it wasn't perfect. It had plenty of it that I was not a fan of. But I think with just how much people are hating it, I'm like, relax. It wasn't that bad. And even if it was, like, it's just a Wonder Woman movie. It's okay. Like you don't gotta freak out about it. It was way too long. I do think it was too long. There was like a 40-minute chunk of the movie where I'm like, can we like move it along here, people? Come on. Saw it, no hurry to ever see it again. I've already watched it twice. But I watch everything at least twice. Just so I can be like, alright, that was my first impression. Now let me try that out again, see if I like it any better or less. And I liked it better on the second watch, but even then I was still like, eh, it was alright. It was okay. That being said, I cried twice in it. Like, I think overall it was fairly mediocre, but that shit made me cry twice. Like, not a hard cry, I guess, but there were two very emotional scenes in it that I thought were actually very well performed. Why are you freaking out, Sir Magnus? Motivation for Pedro Pascal at the end didn't ring true to me. At the end, when he went to go save his son? Because I thought that was very true to character. I thought that was a great moment. I think people are being so harsh because they're mad at Warner Brothers. I think that might be like a small part of it, but I think people genuinely just don't like how different of a movie it was from the first one. Like, it was a way different movie than the first Wonder Woman, which I thought was both a good and a bad thing. Like, in some ways, I was like, cool, I like that. And in other ways, I was like, that's dumb as hell. I don't like that. Double Toasted talked about how Steve being in a different body was like rape for the other guys. You feel that was valid? I actually agree with that. I think him being in another body was a weird choice, and it made their sex scene like really uncomfortable for me. I was like, I mean, like, I love Steve and everything, but you are having sex with another guy who's not even dead or anything. Like, that he still has a life to live, and they basically just commandeered him for a while. I thought that was really weird. I didn't like that. It's all good, Raimi. Glad you could tune in for a second. Sorry, just going up to make sure I didn't miss anything. And thank you, Jenny. Might see it again because you suggested it. I mean, don't don't rewatch it thinking like, oh, it's gonna be so much better. But I mean, you know, I think everything is worth one more try. Within reason. There's some movies, they're just trash. You know, don't waste your time. But this one, I was like, I found to enjoy it more in the second go through. And hell yeah, I cried. Like, there were two parts of that movie that, like, they got me good. Did I cry again on the second watch? Yes, I did. They were really sad. Let's talk about those moments real quick. So, the obvious one is when she says goodbye to Steve. Big spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. If you haven't, you know, like, plug your ears for, like, the next 30 minutes. Oh, sorry. Nose is getting all stuffy. Two seconds. Okay. Anyways, when she says goodbye to Steve, that shit was fucking sad. No one's ever gonna convince me that that wasn't like a really emotional scene and a well acted scene. I actually thought Gal Gadot did a really good job at that moment. And I agree with Grace's spoiler review, which I watched after I finished watching the movie for the first time. When she's walking away with her back turned to him, and you hear him say, like, no matter where I am, Diana, I'll always love you. That shit fucking hit me. I was like, oh god. Like, it made me cry, like, pretty hard. And then the scene right after that, when she learns how to fly, I thought it was super emotional. It was a great scene. It was my favorite scene of the whole movie, was when she let him go and learned how to fly. I thought that was fucking awesome. That was a super highlight of the movie for me. And then the other moment I cried was, it kind of came out of nowhere, but it was at the end when Max finds his son, and his son tells him, like, you don't need to make me proud. You're my dad. I'm always gonna love you. It weirdly hit really hard, and I thought, even though the kid really wasn't a good actor, Pedro Pascal definitely was. So yeah, the Amazon Olympics opening scene was fun, but definitely too long. I don't agree with that. I thought that was fucking awesome. I wish it was longer. Like, I really, really love that opening scene. I also think it was weak that Steve was the one who decided to go. It should have been Diana. Well, I mean, it was Diana that decided for him to go. Like, he's the one telling her, like, you gotta let me go. Like, I'm already dead. Like, you have to let me go. And he doesn't disappear until she agrees and renounces her wish. Had some well acted emotional. I think it did too. And I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Not 100%. I'm running at like 80, 85 maybe. The writer didn't want to have a huge fight scene for the ending. Okay, I hear that all the time. They're like, they didn't want a huge fight scene, but I'm like, they did though. Everyone's like, there's no big third act fight. I'm like, yes, there was. There was the big fight with Cheetah. Like, that was in the third act. And it was a big boss battle fight scene. Like, maybe not on the same level as the Ares fight scene of the first movie, but it was a big final fight. So I really don't understand where people are coming from with the whole there's no fight scene at the end of the movie. I'm like, yes, there was. Like, there really really was. And as much as I've heard some people be like, it was trash, I'm like, I thought the cheetah fight scene was pretty good. Not like my favorite or anything, but it was decent. And I hear other people saying that Cheetah looked really bad, and I'm like, I thought it looked fine. Again, nothing that like wowed me, but I think in terms of how she looked, how the fight went, I was fine with it. Except when she did like the twirls on the lasso, I thought that was really goofy. How was your Christmas? Here in Nashville, we woke up to snow and a bombing in downtown. Oh yeah, I heard about that bombing. That show was crazy. My Christmas fucking sucked. I was the worst out of the whole COVID experience. My peak was on Christmas Day. I felt really, really awful. And to be totally honest, I didn't get much of shit for Christmas this year. Like, I did get a couple things from my roommate and his family, which was very nice of them. Got a little bit of money from my dad, which, you know, that's cool. And I got a painting from my mom, which I'm going to show you all because it's fucking amazing. And that was it. That's all I got. And I just sat in bed and felt miserable. So, not a great Christmas. It would have been nicer if I could have seen somebody, you know, some of my family. Every time his son was there earlier, he didn't want to see him. Then all of a sudden, he gave everything up for his son. You see, that, I don't think that's out of character. There are plenty of dads and parents who love their children with every fiber of their being, but in order to give their children everything that they want, they push their kids away because they need to like get their shit together and they need to, you know, in his mind, not be a loser anymore. So I always thought, you know, him saying like, Alistair's here again, like, I don't have time for this shit. I need to, you know, be the best person I can be, or, you know, have the most power, have the most money, so I can give him everything he wants. And then at the end, he saw what he was doing to his son and was like, oh shit, like, no, that doesn't matter. I need to be there for him. So I thought it was perfectly in character. So hardened by this, I'm surprised there wasn't anything worth crying about. Yes, there was. Wondered if the guy had a family or friends that were worried about his whereabouts. I mean, I'm sure he did, but yeah, that wasn't really factored into the movie because he really was off for like a week in like death-defying situations as Steve. That ending was just as creepy as well. They tried to play it off by making it seem like they were going to like each other anyway. She's definitely seen that. See, I didn't think the ending was creepy. I thought it would have been creepy if she went out with him. I think that would have been like, oh, that's odd. But she just had like a little conversation with him. and went their separate ways. So I was like, all right, whatever. If this guy is gay and tall, just use his body. I mean, based off of the pirate outfit, he might have been gay. Where was the son's mother guardian? The kid was always alone. I got the impression that the mom was probably very uninterested in her kid, because they said she was like with a new boyfriend or something. That's just what I got out of it. I don't know. Thank you, Gogurt Fun. It's a damn good show. Oh, so there is like a little theory that he was supposed to be gay or something? I feel like that makes it even weirder that she had sex with him. Like, I know it wasn't him, but it was. Again, they could have solved that problem by having Steve just get brought back. I don't understand why they were like, let's put him in the body of another person. Like, why? For what reason? That really just made no sense. It was really weird. Highly recommend visiting the series on HBO Max. It's some good fun. All right. When I'm feeling better, like fully better. The goodbye scene was well acted, but it would have been better if it was her decision rather than his. I'm telling you, it was. Like, he's the one who pushed her to do it, but it was still her decision. Like, he wouldn't have disappeared if it wasn't her decision, because it was her wish. That's all I'm saying. Love the OG Wonder Woman 70s theme song. I did not notice it if it was in the movie, but I've never seen the original 1970s show. I did really like the Linda Carter cameo. Like, I'm sure some people were like, oh, so stupid, but I'm like, I don't know, it was cool. As soon as she turned around, I was like, oh shit, it's Linda Carter. And yeah, I thought Max was a good character. What's up, Silversight? A lot of stuff should have been cut. I don't think it necessarily should have been cut. I think it should have just been rewritten in a different way, like just a little more snappy. Because there was a lot of like dead air, I thought. I found her powers to be so confusing. I'm not sure what powers she really has or what the deal is with the rope having all these things and abilities. I mean, personally, I thought this movie made her powers a little more concrete. Because in the first one, I didn't understand why she was deflecting bullets. I'm like, you can get thrown through a building, not a scratch on you, but if a bullet hits you, it'll supposedly like kill you. That's really weird. But for me, this movie made it clear like a bullet will not kill her. Like, even when her powers are like draining, it'll like cut her and it will like make her bleed, but even then, like, she's okay. So that to me made it clear. I'm like, all right, she's bulletproof. And her lasso, I'm like, I don't really care that it can do all kinds of stuff. It's the lasso of truth. It's a magic thing. It's like Doctor Strange's cloak. Like, it can just do a lot of shit. I don't know. Like, I've seen some people be like, how can it just like wrap up and like wrap itself up and all that shit? I'm like, it's magic, bro. Like, I don't really care. It needed to be worth the sacrifice, and the fact that he needed her to know he was okay with. Yeah. Amazon scenes are my favorite. I mean, I wish there were more. Because, yeah, it was just that opening sequence. But that was a damn good opening sequence. And the music in that opening scene was fucking great. They were good scenes. It's sad that people have to almost destroy the world in order to listen to someone they've ignored the whole film. Sorry, I need to reread that to understand. I mean, I feel like that's 100% true to real life, though. Like, just look at our politicians. Like, they're eagerly destroying the world around them. And until, like, a fucking nuke is about to be dropped on them, they're not going to realize, like, what they're doing is wrong. I don't have any vitamin D, Jenny, and I can't go get it. Do have my vitamin C, though, which I know is better for before you get sick, not while you're sick, but it's something. When Diana's wounds disappear once she renounced her wish was Nito. Yeah, I love that scene. Like, I really love that scene with her, like, screaming in anger as her wounds disappear and she just takes off down the street and, like, launches herself into the sky. I thought that was fucking great. It was a whack-ass fight scene. Are you talking about the final fight? Because I still liked it. I don't know that vitamin D will actually make you feel better, but it might. There's some decent. No, yeah, everyone's told me to get some vitamin D, but I'm like, I literally have no way of getting it. Like, I can't Postmates it from Walgreens. You can Postmates, like, what is it called? Emergency. Yeah, you can, like, Postmates emergency, but you cannot Postmates vitamin D. And the rest of my roommates are still on quarantine also. Or, well, my roommate Alex isn't anymore. He's back to work. So I could get him to go get it. But I'm already feeling, like, so much better. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just truck through the next couple of days. I'll be fine. And yes, Zakia, I'm feeling a lot better. Hey, Telty. I just think it would have been a stronger character moment for Diana, who is the hero we are watching, make the decision or come up with the idea, which would have raised a grade for me. I just disagree with that. I think it actually made it more of an emotional impact that she didn't want to do it. Like, it's like she said, she has never asked for anything. The one thing she wanted was Steve, and it takes Steve himself to be like, you gotta let me go. Like, it's like, it's not real. I'm not really here. And I thought that was a powerful moment for her to accept that. And it ties into the opening scene. Like, you know, she's lying, she's cheating. She needs to accept what the truth is. So my question, why is it that Cheetah can rip off that armor, but the men that were surrounding Mysterio, the armor was super strong? Well, Cheetah's, like, the strongest of almost any Wonder Woman villain. Like, I'm seriously though, like, Cheetah is, at least in the comics, she is the only one who's put, like, some genuine fear in Wonder Woman during a fight, because her claws can cut through almost anything, and including Diana. So I thought that was cool. And those men that were surrounding them, Mascara, they were just men. Like, they were just normal dudes. Cheetah close-ups was actually good. I didn't hate him at all. I thought the Cheetah look was pretty decent. I live in the UK and it's horrible. It's tier 4 now, which means doing nothing, just stay at home. I'm mad at all of you from the UK right now. I'm just kidding. But legit, I'm mad at the governments for allowing people from the UK to come into the US after that new strain popped up, because now it's here in the US. Like, they just confirmed, like, yep, we got the new strain now. And I'm like, fucking great, dude. I'm sorry it's so bad over there, though. Hey, Lanio. What do you mean no Zoom calls? Unpopular opinion here. I didn't like Cheetah's look. She looked like she could have been Jellicle Cat from the Cats musical. I wholeheartedly disagree. I'm like, even though she had, like, a human-ish face, I think they did a way better job making her look more like a cat than the Cats musical, which was literally, like, a furry body with just a completely normal-looking human face. To each their own. Honestly, the child actor wasn't very good in my opinion. No, he was bad. He was not good. Concede that point? Alright, cool. Hey, Roman. Did you watch the Mulan remake? If so, what did you think about it? I liked it okay. And then I saw a video recently that Simtown Twins sent me talking about like why it's so offensive to Eastern cultures, and I was like, kind of changes my interpretation of the movie. And there were some very solid points in there that talking about just how like stupid some parts of that movie were. So I'm like, yeah, no, have to give that one a thumbs down. It was the 80s, so she was probably one of the aerobics ladies doing the demo in the middle of the mall food court. Who? Oh. Thank you, Terrence. Did you see where we were supposed to get the Rick Scranton with a strong R rating, whichever that means? I'm thinking a Christmas release. Wait, is that like confirmed that we're for sure getting an R-rated Rick Grimes movie? Cause that'd be cool. I miss Rick. And yeah, the other body was weird. People were ragging on 80s Wonder Woman. Why was it that bad? I don't think it was. Like, I don't think it was great. I think there were plenty of very stupid moments in the movie, but I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was like a terrible movie. I love Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. She and her character are one of my first female crushes. Aw. Yeah, I've never seen it. I know of it. The lasso is a key element of her divinity. Yeah, that really is. I mean, I wish they had kept the sword and shield. Because I know... Because Grace talked about that too. There's like two versions of Wonder Woman in the comics and all versions of her. Like the warrior one and the peacekeeper one. And the peacekeeper one only has the bracers and the lasso. But I gotta say, I like the warrior one better. Where she's just an aggressive, like, force of nature. That's my favorite one. So that was a bummer that that was not present in this movie. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. I've already watched the next episode of Watchmen and all my shows, so I'm just returning to editing, like right now. Actually, I'm here. Let me show you. Currently editing. Jesus, I look really white right there. I swear it doesn't actually look like that in the video. This is my Bly Manor video that's coming out next. I like that she was your friendly neighborhood Wonder Woman with that lasso. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. Like, it's cool. I like that her whole character revolves around, you know, love and peace, but I like seeing her be a badass. She might be bullet resistant. I'm sure high caliber tungsten rounds would jack her groove. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kind of what they were implying with it all as well. Like, Superman can not be hurt by any bullet. Like, she'll probably take like a light little bit of impact, but I don't think it would like hurt her, except for when she was losing her powers. And God, I love the original Mulan. Like, that's my favorite. I know it's not technically a Disney princess, but that's my favorite of like the Disney princess movies. I love Mulan. What is happening here? I'm trying to get my nicotine, damn it. And it's not happening. Get some soup mixed with kimchi, or I actually already did. No hot sauce though, because I'm a little bitch, but I did have some garlic in there, which cleared me out. Let one of us send you some D. You better be sending me the right kind of D. Y'all know what I mean. Managed to grab 3 bottles of zinc on Amazon. Have you tried it? I mean, I could order it on Amazon, but it'll get here after I'm already better. Are you only one not retested in the house? No, me and Greg still have to wait till... Wait, what's the date today? He's getting retested tomorrow. I'm getting retested on the 1st. The 1st will be 10 days for me. There were several versions of the Mulan story in Chinese history. No, yeah, that was one thing that video kind of pointed out, which it was interesting. Like, it was strange how different it was from like what I would have expected, I suppose. Hey, Silver Sight. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Cheetah is also magic based, at least in the yeah, exactly. Like, her origin is so dramatically different in the comics than it was in this movie. Like, she's literally cursed by the gods. She's not... She doesn't, like, wish it or want to be Cheetah. Like, she's a really tragic villain because she wants power and she wants to, you know, not be weak anymore, but she doesn't want to be turned into, like, an animal, which she is. She's a really cool villain from the comics. I hope they do a better job with her in, like, the 3rd Wonder Woman. Why would you tell me that, Loquacious Orion? I'm hoping I don't have any kind of breathing problems. Like, shit. Also, I missed a lot of the live because I was in a production meeting. Oh, well, I'm hoping that all went well. And I'm feeling a lot better. Just a little congested, as you can probably hear. And yeah, kimchi's good. I guess a lot of people really like kimchi. No Zoom calls for Christmas, New Year. Oh, no. None of my family can do that. Like, my mom's in prison. My dad doesn't know how to work technology to save his fucking life. I just call people if I can. Like, I called them. I talked to them, which was nice. My mom got to call me on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I don't know what it's like to make kimchi. Probably is hard. Info about the Rick movies is in an article on comicbook.com. I'll have to check that out then. Stop talking about food, guys. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Where can I watch Watchmen? I want to check it out. HBO. Just get HBO Max or like HBO Go. And yep, Bly's coming up. This episode proved I was right about everything. That's all I'm saying. I was fucking right about everything. Every little theory I had on this show, so far anyways, I was right. And I will take a victory lap for that. Okay, and you guys are still talking about food. I think literally only one person died in the movie and they were brought back to life. Which movie? Which movie are we talking about, Loquacious? Need to get better vape. Nah, this shit just breaks all the time. Like, it's working now, but Juuls are trash. They're just cheap. Yeah, I've seen The Haunting of Hill House. I loved it. And no, I haven't shown the painting from my mom yet. I'll do that right now. So, she and I were talking about my nightmares. So it's like a sort of representation of me taking control again after this fucking bitch has been like haunting me for years. But yeah, I love this painting. I think it's really, really good. No, I'm glad you guys like it. She was worried I wasn't gonna like it. I'm like, have you what? It's amazing. Like, how could I not like that? Alright, let me go back up and make sure I don't miss anything. Good night, Shayna. Sorry if I missed it. And I hope I'm all cleared up for the next live, too. I probably will be. I only imagine this lasting, like, another, I don't know, maybe like 2 days, 3 days at the most. I had a massive sinus infection when you found out you had COVID. The emergency clinic costs like $120 for a test. Fuck that. It's insane to me that literally anything having to do with COVID isn't free right now. I'm like, it's a fucking pandemic. Like, how is that not free? You're half Korean. I know how to make kimchi. Oh, nice. I usually get my kimchi from the local Asian supermarket, and I have to look for a new job after New Year's Day. How come? I mean, I probably know it has something to do with COVID, but still, that's too bad. You were right about everything, or were you? No, I was right. I was fucking right. Spoilers for Bly Manor. If you haven't seen the 5th episode, plug your ears. I'll make it quick. Miss Gross was fucking dead. I knew it. Miles was being possessed by Peter. I knew it. That's all I have to say. Oh, Wonder Woman 1984. I got you, Loquacious. Oh yeah, did anyone die? I guess not. I mean, I don't care. I'm not in it for like a big death count or anything, but it's a fair point. When do you think you're gonna read Ring Shout? I finished it last night, and I'd love to hear you talk about. I don't know when I'll have the time to, but I will make sure I put it on my list. Reminds me of one of my tarot cards. Nice. And I agree. I will be telling her that you guys think it was amazing and that she's amazing, because she is. And no, I'm not listening to Tame Impala right now. I'm listening to Low Roar. Hope that you're feeling better. Did you hear correctly your mom's in prison? Yeah, she is. If you check, I don't remember if it was the last stream or the stream before that, I give like the whole story about that. I think there's also a video on my channel from like a couple years ago, if you want to find it. It talks about it all. I'm sorry, my ear is bugging me. Looks like the Grim Reaper ripping the soul out of someone. Essentially, I'm like the Grim Reaper in that scenario, taking control back from like the like Banshee or Wraith. It's just been in it like every nightmare of mine since I was like a teenager. Better get that framed. Oh yeah, I will. I'm not gonna make it a Horcrux. Hope you're all healed soon. Thank you. I wish someone could fund Bitch McConnell's Horcrux and destroy it. I saw a TikTok today that made me laugh really hard. They're like, if you're not gonna pass the bill, Mitch McConnell, can you please just pass on? I was like, yes. Fuck that asshole, dude. Like, fuck all the politicians that are making this like some game as to like what extra things they can add on to this bill to like further their own goals. I'm like, can you just pass a bill straight up? Just pass the stimulus. We fucking need it. Like, we genuinely, like, there are people being evicted from their homes and not able to feed their children. How about you take care of the people who voted you into office, and then you worry about playing your little fucking games? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Roman, I don't always agree with that. Like, I think some female actors bulk up like just as much as they need to. Like Denai Gurira, she's technically always been fit, but she got very fit for her role as Okoye in Black Panther. I'm trying to think of another like really good one. I mean, honestly, a lot of the female like comic superheroes are drawn to be like pretty skinny, not nearly as bulked up as the male heroes, which can be a problem in its own, I suppose. But it's like I don't blame Scarlett Johansson for not getting buff because her character in the comics isn't, you know. I do kind of wish Gal Gadot would get like a little more stacked because Wonder Woman is pretty jacked in the comics. But I think she plays the role so well that I don't really mind. Put her artwork on shirts and sell it. There are people that are groupies for people in jail that would pay major coin if you exaggerated and embellished why she's in there. I mean, she's in there for murder, technically. I don't know if I would need to embellish that. I have a feeling that I'm running out of my unemployment pays, and I feel like I can't just stay at home doing nothing than chores and chilling. Oh. Well, I feel you there, because I haven't been paid unemployment in about 3 months now, and I'm certainly running out of money. Bunch of bullshit. One more reason we need the fucking stimulus check. Jesus Christ. Have you ever been to Burning Man? No. I don't know. I don't really go out to like big festivals or anything. And I'm worried someone would like shake my hand and unknowingly give me acid. Like, I love acid, but I want to know I'm taking it, you know? Speaking of Souls, have any of you seen Soul yet? No, but I heard it's really sad, and I didn't want to cry while I was stuffed up. So that's why I was mad during Wonder Woman when I cried. I was like, I can't breathe. Can you get back to work if you test negative on the first? Yeah, I can. But I don't know if they'll need me after the first. Like, I'm pretty sure they wanted me to work tomorrow and probably the day after that and the first. So, kind of missed my opportunity, which fucking sucks. Everyone on my Facebook is encouraging each other to drunk dial McConnell office number. I mean, don't even drunk dial, just dial. Be like, you're a fucking bitch. I hate you. I don't even know what to say. Like, he's just the fucking worst. Thank you, Noah. I agree, it would be a cool t-shirt. So people are requesting $2,000 from Bitch McConnell's Venmo account. Good. Fucking irritate that man to no end. Like, don't let him rest. If we're lucky, this sounds horrible, he'll fucking die. And we don't have to deal with his just horrible, like, I don't even know how to describe it. He's just a horrible person. Like, I actually want him to pass away. I know that's fucked up, but I don't think it's any more fucked up than screwing over millions of your own constituents because you don't like the Democrats. Like, I fucking hate him so much. Any of those Amazons on the island would make a perfect Wonder Woman. I do agree, they are muscled up as fuck. But chances are they're probably not nearly as good of an actor or stereotypically pretty enough. So, I mean, there's a lot to consider there. But you make a good point. I actually don't mind the female leads not get bulked up as superheroines, but I wish they would not like sexualized all the time. I agree with that. Does anyone else find it really weird? I'm sorry, my ears really plugged up again. Does anyone find it really weird that superheroine costumes always have like big wedge heels? Like they never just wear boots. It's always like a heel wedge for that's like a part of their boot. Like I really started to notice that after watching Captain Marvel, and I'm like, why? Like, why is that necessary? So sorry you cried during Wonder Woman 1984. There are two scenes in that that really got me. What do you do for work? I don't think I've ever heard. I work at a spa. I'm a spa receptionist. The evil bitches hold on to life forever, though. For real, though. It's the worst kinds of people that live to be like 112. This new stimulus check is bullshit, especially when the vote for 2,000 stimulus checks is about to be blocked. I swear to God, if they pass the $600 one and not the $2,000 one, like, they all need to be voted out. Like, that is such bullshit. Like, that doesn't even cover 1 month's rent for even a studio apartment. That is bullshit. Didn't that actress who played Angel Dust in Deadpool and who's now in The Mandalorian and Pyler is super jacked? Played Angel Dust in Deadpool. Who's Angel Dust? Oh, Gina Carano. Yeah, she's fucking jacked. But a lot of people don't like her because she said some poor. I don't know how to describe it. It's not necessarily like shitty things. It's just kind of ignorant things, is the way I would describe it. I didn't actually realize that was Gina Carano in Deadpool. I liked her in that, and I like her in in Mandalorian. Bitch McConnell needs to die. In the word of Carol about Alpha, that bitch has to die. I agree. It's annoying, but heels make the legs look longer and butt look perkier. That's stupid. Sorry, that's so stupid. It's not fucked to wish evil people dead. Yeah. Thank you, Silver Sight. How are you about to like pull off any of these maneuvers and do all this crazy shit when you're wearing thick ass wedges? Like, it just nope. Like, why does it matter if the female superheroes are a little bit shorter or their ass isn't as perky? Like, fucking cares? Who cares? The wrong fucking people care. Like, why are we trying to please them? Isn't it the reason why the very high heels exist? I guess, but in that case, if you're gonna do that, just have them wear fucking heels. If you're gonna do it like that, the wedges look stupid. I'm just saying. Like, don't put them in heels either. I'm just kidding, but still, I'm like, the big ass wedges are. It's such a. Ugh. It drives me crazy. Just put them in boots, please. I don't mind specializing female heroes, and they do that with male leads. Okay, I kind of disagree with you on that, Roman. They do sexualize male superheroes a little bit, not nearly as much as they do with the female superheroes. It's like you very rarely see Captain America like in the middle of a fight having like his whole chest like like the whole uniform like ripped off and his chest is out. You don't really see that. But with Black Widow, she always has her zipper like zipped all the way down to here, so her whole boobs are out. Like, that bothers me. I'm like, I don't understand why it has to be so overt. Like, they're getting better with it. Like, Captain Marvel was not nearly as sexualized in her look, but she still had the big wedge heels on, and I'm like, getting closer, but still not there. And as for Wonder Woman, I mean, it's such an iconic look for her to be showing so much skin, and with the whole like Greek background, it doesn't bother me as much. But there's still an argument to be had there. Everyone compares McConnell to the Pale Man. He's saggy like the Pale Man. Jesus. Even if $600 covered rent, it doesn't cover utilities, like which for most apartment complexes is a violation of your lease. Exactly. $600 doesn't do shit for anybody. Like that, it really doesn't. That's fucking useless. $2,000, even that, it should be more, honestly, but that will help. Love Gina, leave her alone. She has every right to exercise and express her conservative viewpoint. I mean, she does have every right to express her conservative viewpoint. I think as an actress, she should be really careful about doing that because it's gonna get her in trouble. Like, it's gonna make finding work harder for her. But I think she has every right to express her opinion, which is why I'm not, like, trying to cancel her or anything. Like, she's good in the role she plays. I don't really fucking care. She hasn't hurt anybody. Not just in looks. If you desire a grape from his table, you're punished. True. It's like when the lady in Jurassic Park ran in heels the entire movie. Yeah, that was weird. I don't understand why they chose to do that. Like, I don't hate Bryce Dallas Howard or anything, but yeah, the running around in heels, faster than a T-Rex, mind you, was kind of stupid. And yeah, the wedges are not practical. Saw a meme on Facebook saying McConnell needs to get his neck circumcised. True. And you know, even though it goes against what I was saying, we do need more of America's ass, Romeo. Dick Grayson booty rights. You guys are ruining my point. It's very conservative of you. The thing that confuses me is how puritanical the leftists have gotten with their gatekeeping with the boobs fly. I mean, I feel like every side has an argument to make. And when it comes to sexualizing characters, there's a valid point in being like, women have been sexualized in media for like fucking forever. So wanting to cut back on that is perfectly valid. But in the aspect of superheroes and everything, in the comic books, almost all the characters are pretty sexualized, and it's, you know, it's fantasy. So I see both sides of the argument, but I lean more towards we don't need our female superheroes to be like practically naked. That's all I'm saying. Even Trump the Stump is against the vote to be blacked. I mean, I feel like he's just against it because he wants to leave on a good note with the American people so he can rerun again. But I got to give him credit where credit's due. He is against it. Thanks, Galpesh. Canada gives out $900 taxed every 2 weeks. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, good for you guys. But that's bullshit. I can't move there because of COVID. Because this America treats its citizens like fucking shit, dude. Have you seen that Jurassic World Heels re-release? They superimpose heels onto everyone, even the dinosaurs. No, I haven't seen that. Wasn't it her idea to run in heels in Jurassic Park? Was it? I don't remember. I only saw Jurassic World, I mean, my usual 2 times, but it was a while ago. I wasn't that thrilled with it. I was like, whatever. Hollywood is overtly liberal. Lots of conservatives feel that they can't express the view without risking their careers. Well, I mean, it's true. And to that, I say, if you're really conservative, feel free to express your opinions, just don't post it on Twitter. Or be prepared to not get as much work. Like, is that a double standard? Sure, but that's how it works. So got to be careful about what you say. Even as a liberal, you got to be careful about what you post on Twitter. I feel like people are just a little too eager to be like, I want to post my opinions for everybody, and then get really weirded out when people are like, fuck you. You shouldn't say that. And they're like, well, it's my opinion. It's like, yeah, it's your opinion, but it's also my opinion to say fuck you. You shouldn't say that. So, that's all I'm saying. Hope you guys get sorted soon. 21 days to go. Even for us, watching you down south is frustrating and stressful. I bet. What's not understanding, Abe? So let's say fuck it and have all female leads in burqas. No. I mean, if it makes sense for the character to be wearing a burqa, then yeah. Have you been following the Hillary Baldwin story? So strange to invent a whole new identity as a Spanish person and making money off that deception. I have no idea what you're talking about. That sounds really weird, though. The Boys says it all about female soup costuming. That's true. I do like that aspect of the show, how, what's her name? Starlight? Like, she has a fairly conservative looking costume, and then when she joins, like, the major group, they're like, yeah, that's not going to work. Let's make sure your vagina is, like, almost out. And I agree. It's like, it's the way female superheroes are dressed is not the same as male superheroes, even if they're both somewhat sexualized. So how do you feel about the multiverse entering Marvel chat? Dude, I'm so fucking pumped. I'm so excited for all three of those, how they all have like an interconnected story about the multiverse. I'm so excited. What is all this with... Is it Hilaria? How do you pronounce that name? I think the only reason 45 is against it is to distract from the pardon spree he's been on lately. Sorry about that. It was her idea. She insisted on keeping the heels on. Who? Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel? What are we talking about? They shoot Kevin Bacon's slong on film. I have zero issues with nudity and sexual themes. I don't know. I think in some cases it's just gratuitous for the sake of it. So excited for WandaVision. 2 more weeks. Almost there. You wouldn't think that Bryce Dallas Howard would be a good actress, but she's really great. I agree. I think she's actually very good. She probably would be pretty decent at comedy. Closest she's come to it was her Black Mirror episode. That was a good episode. And it did have some pretty funny parts. Hollywood isn't America. Free speech isn't part of capitalism. Otherwise, Paula Deen wouldn't have been fired. That's actually a good point. See, as long as the actors are attractive enough, I don't mind nudity and sex in movies, porn or not, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. I mean, fair enough. Kind of look good in heels running faster than a dinosaur. I mean, she looked good in the movie, yeah, it just didn't make any sense. Oh, I skipped yours, Abe? I'm sorry. What did I skip? Shit, I'm sorry. Rewrite it for me, please. Spider-Man 3, I'm so pumped. Me too. All 3 Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst, Emma Stone as Gwen. Is the Miles cameo confirmed? Because that would be fucking sick. Oh, you were talking about Jurassic Park? Okay. Yeah, it was Bryce Dallas Howard's idea heels the whole time. What? But why? Like, why? Hilaria is Alec Baldwin's Dr. Wife. Her real name is Hillary from Boston, but she vacationed in Spain as a child and affected a Spanish accent. That's so weird. That's really weird. These two interviews are to be believed. Thank you, Brandon Jen. Say what you will about the movie, but BDH was pretty great in The Village. I just hated that movie so much. She was a good actress in it, though, that's for sure. And thank you. I am feeling better. Not 100%, just better. Well, that's what the second A is for when speech is crippled and no liberals even in the slightest about posting their opinions in public because they never suffer the consequences. That is not true. Sorry, Roman, but that is not true. If you post, especially on YouTube, Twitter, sometimes, depending on what parts of Twitter you're on, you can get fucking rammed for having too far left an opinion. Sorry, I super disagree with you on that. Like, that's just not true, I don't think. Yeah, I really want that Miles cameo, too. Like, they can say overtly racist stuff online or on air, and they always get a pass. I don't agree. I'm sorry, but that's not true. It's not afforded on conservatives, as they slightly say. Agree. I'm sorry, I 100% disagree with you. As Bryce Dallas Howard's character choice, she thought her character would rather run in heels than be barefoot. It's just odd. What is your opinion on the 3 different Spider-Man? Sorry for all the Spidey talk. Oh, not at all. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. Unpopular opinion, I guess. Tom Holland is my favorite of all the Spider-Man. He looks more like the right age. I think even though he's handsome, he actually pulls off the nerdy Peter Parker very well. And I think he plays the actual Spider-Man, like, quirkiness very well as well. My next favorite would be Tobey Maguire, because I love those movies so much, and I think he played a perfect Peter Parker. Not the best Spider-Man, and I'm not a fan of Andrew Garfield, because he was just way too cool, too pretty, too old. And his Spider-Man was kind of an asshole, to be totally honest. And he was not a very good Peter Parker, because he was way too cool. I can barely walk in heels, let alone run in them. That's what I'm saying. Definitely Tom Holland is Spider-Man fan. Hell yeah. He's so good. Like, he's perfect as Spider-Man, if you ask me. And I don't think he does need a babysitter all the time. I think, writing-wise, they do need to make his character more independent, but considering he's 16, I understand why he's constantly being, like, wrapped up with older superheroes at the moment.
I just got to the Keanu Reeves part.
Is it good?
Yeah. It's pretty sick.
My roommate's playing Cyberpunk 2077. From the title of stream, sorry to hear about the illness. Oh, it's all good. I'm feeling a bit better now. I mean, a lot better, but almost there. I didn't think I would like Tom Holland, but he is really good. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Me liking Andrew Garfield Spidey. I really don't like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I think he's a terrible Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is cool, so I'll be happy to see him in the movie anyways. Did you ever see Tom Holland on Lip Sync Battle? Yeah, that was actually really impressive. Because he did ballet and everything, so he's actually a really good dancer. And he did the... What was it? It was like a mashup of Singing in the Rain and Umbrella by Rihanna. It was pretty impressive. Is it wrong to say he has daddy issues? Wait, who are you talking about? Oh. I mean, all Spider-Mans have daddy issues. Their real dad died, and then their father figure afterwards died too. Thank you, Jenny. Good night. That's what I'm saying, Justin. Jenny, because it's underreported, I view various news outlets from extreme left, right, and down the middle. I mean, there's definitely a liberal lean to a lot of the mainstream news articles and outlets and everything, but just because you lean left doesn't mean you're not reporting the facts. Like, if you say the facts and then right afterwards say, this is how I feel about it, that really didn't bother me. Tom is for sure the best. He was Billy Elliot too. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Miles needs to get into the live action as soon as humanly possible. He's so fucking cool. Comment was raised by some racist at the NSA or whatever three-letter organization that underpins this demonic racist society. Went back to quote myself at what was completely gone. Fuck this reality. What the fuck? I'm sorry to hear about that. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Photos of Tom Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal in public together. Dude, he has such a crush on Jake Gyllenhaal. It is not even funny. Hey, Lucid X. The comment was at 10:57 Eastern before Romans. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I mean, it might be there. I just might have missed it. I don't know. What game are you planning to play and record for the channel? Oh, I'm gonna get back to recording The Last of Us Part 2 because I need to finish that game. And I'm gonna continue playing Ghost of Tsushima. And I will probably finish Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order at some point as well. Because I'm really close to the end of that game, I just never finished it. Sometimes when I'm down, I watch compilations on YouTube of Tom Holland and Zendaya, funny as kid. They actually do have a really nice relationship. They seem like, excuse me, they seem like really good friends. And he probably would be cool to hang out with. At least I hope so. If he ended up being like an asshole in real life, that would be a major bummer. How'd you like Billy Elliot, Romeo? All of you Billy Elliot fans need to check out the musical. They shot it on stage professionally. It's on Amazon Prime, but you have to rent it. I'll have to check it out. And yeah, Jedi Fallen Order was a fucking good game. And I was playing it on the hard difficulty, so that shit was like actually hard. It was pretty hard. Cannot wait until The Last of Us comes on HBO. I'm still really iffy on that. The casting for that needs to be perfect. Otherwise, it won't work. But if it is perfect, that'll be really good. 10 words or less, how was your COVID experience? Really, really shitty. It hit me like a freight train. You need to get a Twitch and stream your video games. I know I do, but I need to get a better camera. And yes, I do need a camera. I'm like, I know I could just use my microphone, but I'm like, no. I'm too vain to not show my face. Tom Holland was in the show, but Jamie Bell was in the movie. It's really underrated. Oh yeah, I did get stuck with the Fantastic Four. Tom Holland's next movie looks lit. A planet where men's thoughts are vocalized and there are no women. I don't know if that's going to be good or not. The trailer had me iffy. It's a really cool concept. So I hope it is executed well. But there were parts of that trailer I was like, I hope they do that right. But I love Daisy Ridley. I love Tom Holland and Mads Mikkelsen. So I think it could be good. No, I do not play Apex Legends. Sorry. Why did you not go to Twitch for the gaming videos and edit it for YouTube? I mean, I might start doing that, but I just never had any interest in live streaming until a couple months ago. It's nerve-wracking when you're live. You don't want to be the next person that says something that gets you canceled, you know? Tom Holland played Billy Elliot in the musics at one point, or the musical. How you're watching The Last of Us playthrough right now? Sweet. Make sure you watch mine when I post it. And I have, you know, I don't know, like 13 parts of Last of Us Part 2 up. Stormtroopers actually aim on hard sitting. They fucking do, Jesus Christ. It's not even that. It's if you get hit, like, you get hit hard. Like, you lose a lot of health. The timing on the counters is a lot more finicky. And, like, you actually have to really concentrate. Which is fun. I like the challenge. Editing a song is exhausting, especially making the sound quality. I bet. I've never tried making my own music. I feel like as an editor, I might be like decent at it, but I don't know how it works. Have you thought about doing Let's Plays with Jedi Fallen Order? I have. Check my channel, Roman. I have like parts 1 through 7 up, but I stopped playing like after defeating Terran Malicos. Like I'm close to the end of the game, and I will finish it, I promise. But yeah, go check them out. You should turn off screen and restart it in landscape mode. You're wasting screen real estate. I know, but the only way I can like keep my phone like set is if I have it lengthwise propped up on my computer screen, because I don't have any like fancy tripod shit for my iPhone, and I don't want to hold it the whole time. I stream on Twitch with no cam because I'm like a boomer with tech. Don't have a PS4 cam, and I have no idea how to set it up with a non-PS4 cam. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure out how to set it up either, but I think I will. I have like a capture card, and I'm able to do that. White people don't get canceled. Not for long. Unless you're Kevin Spacey, and he totally deserved that. Streamlabs account gives you 80% of your donations from your subs. For real? That's actually pretty good. It's the white society. The bounce back is effortless. Unless you're Kevin Spacey. But he did a lot more than just say some racist shit. Like he actually raped a lot of underage boys, so he rightfully earned that. BRB about to eat those chicken nuggets you got with the stimulus check. Enjoy your chicken nuggets. First time I get an ad or two for watching your video. This is the first time I monetized it while streaming. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I'm glad to hear it did. Sorry for making you guys watch ads, but I gotta try and make some money. I was waiting for you to finish part 2. Well, I had to resort to another YouTuber that was just horrible. I'm getting back to it. If you're patient with me, I promise. I got you. Yeah, thank you, Roman. Go check it out. I'm very bad at the game at first, but I get there. Like, I start to get better at it. I should watch The Fallen Order. I was disappointed I could not play that one. Motion sickness. Check out my videos. I hope it doesn't give you any motion sickness, but it's a good game. It's actually got a really cool story. And Abe, what did you get? You got one too, what? Watch an ad so you can make some cash. Thank you. No, I don't watch Cobra Kai. I would like to. I like Karate Kid, and I've heard it's really good. I would tip you when I get my stimulus, but I have to put gas in my car. I only have 82 cents left. I know, I feel you. I'd love to play all the games with you. You seem fun, and I have maybe one too many PS4 games. I'm sure it would be fun. Stop watching, rewatch, and sit through ads. It makes it money. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Although if you want to, I ain't gonna stop you. I definitely need that money. My favorite rap verse of 2020 through 2021. dating a whole lawyer, but he acting like a thug. I should check that out. Lucky I have to pay car insurance. Yeah, my car insurance is fucking killing me. Like, I'm barely driving now. But I still gotta pay it, obviously. Give him just the tip. I want more than just the tip, damn it. Have a Patreon? No. I should. Could probably make a little bit more money that way, but haven't figured it all out yet. I'll get there. I liked Kevin. So disappointed with what he did. And he tried to downplay his sexual harassment under the guise of coming out. Yeah, no, that was really fucked up. And I would also like to point out it was more than sexual harassment. Like, it was straight up rape. But yeah. I loved Kevin Spacey. I loved how he acted. He seemed like a cool guy. And then, yeah, when he came out and was just like, oh, well, I'm gay. So, like, dude, you just gave a fucking horrible name to the LGBT community. And you're really going to try downplaying raping children? Go fuck yourself. Like, for forever. Yeah, I was very disappointed as well. You should just monetize it all the time, though. I mean, I should. I didn't realize you could, like, while streaming. But I went through the advanced settings, and it was like, do you want to monetize it? I'm like, bitch, yes. The fuck? Y'all have public transportation in Vegas? We do, but it's not good. Like, it's a bus. A lot of places in the city don't have access to the bus routes. Like, we don't have a subway or a train or anything like that. Want more than just a tip? Are you talking about money? Or you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Did you watch A Teacher on Hulu? Not yet, no. It's a powerful show about a female teacher grooming her teenage student. I mean, I'm all down for disturbing stuff. Thought he just grabbed some ass while duty. No, yeah, he raped children. Now the good movies that he was in seem a bit tarnished. I agree. I like can't watch anything with Kevin Spacey in it anymore, which fucking sucks because he's been in some great movies. But I'm like, I can't watch it. It makes me feel really gross. I always got a super creepy vibe from Kevin Spacey. Never liked him. Didn't know why, even though he was a good actor. Well, you had good instincts. And yeah, I agree. Mad support to Anthony Rapp. Somebody raped you, killed him. We live on a planet. Like, again, I try to live above, like, killing other people. That's just my personal beliefs. But if you're a rapist, fucking die. That's just how I feel. Try and consider Kofi. Kofi? That sounds very familiar. What are you talking about? Simtown Twins? Kofi? I just Ubered when I was in Vegas. Not cheap. Yeah, for real. Ride sharing in general, it's so fucking expensive. It's all about the money. He deserves the whole dang cookie jar. Oh, thanks. American Beauty. Yeah. Stop watching A Teacher when she snitched on hers. Well, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I don't want to get spoiled. What are we talking about? Simtown Twins? What is Kofi? Oh, this is one of the gifts I got. It's a little Baby Yoda speaker. It's fucking cute. I actually really love it. Need to see Run and Bad Hair. I've heard that I should watch both of those as well. Not me, I can separate the actor from his real life. I can't. Like, it depends on what the real life is. When it's Kevin Spacey raping people, can't separate it. Fuck that asshole. I won't support anything he does. When it's Gina Carano saying conservative things that I don't agree with, I can separate that. That's not that big a deal. And Michael Jackson's a touchy one for me. I'm like, ugh, nothing was ever actually proven, but it seems pretty clear that he did. But I'm also not like the biggest Michael Jackson fan or anything, so I don't know. Horrible Bosses is unwatchable. Oh, I forgot he was in that. And right, is this not the cutest fucking thing ever? Little Bluetooth speaker. You need to watch Vampires vs. the Bronx on Netflix. Sounds super cheesy and B-rated, but it's not. Alright. Allison Hargreaves. I heard a rumor that I'm going to blow your minds. Literally. I mean, that's what she should do to every fucking rapist. Right? This is so cute. Bad Hair was such a great film. I need to watch it then. Kofi.com. Oh, Ko-Fi? What am I about to see? Oh. Just watch my ads. It seems like it's too complicated. Just do me a favor and watch like 30 seconds of the ads when they show up. That'll help me out. Can separate problematic people from their material like J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter. I agree. In that case, I can separate her from that because again, she hasn't hurt anybody physically. Like, I 100% disagree with a lot of the shit she said. I think she's kind of annoying, but the world she created is amazing, and I know what she did. So I can separate her from her art in that aspect. Watching your season 1 Mandalorian videos, you every time Baby Yoda's on screen, he's so cute. I mean, in season 2 it wore off like a little bit, but little Grogu was so cute. Stopped watching anything with Liam Neeson when he said he was walking around his town looking for any black man to kill because I keep forgetting that he said that. I stopped watching Liam Neeson because I think he's a terrible actor, which people are like, you're crazy. I'm like, name one movie in the past 15 years where he didn't play the exact same character. Name one. I'll fucking wait. I hate him. I think he's a terrible actor, but that's also a good reason to not watch his shit, Abe. I want a Baby Yoda beanie with little ears flapping. Oh, that'd be cute. And yeah, agreed. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter's still badass. I love the books. I love the world. But fuck J.K. Rowling. MJ is a touchy subject in the dance community too, like Wade Robson and his accusation after testifying that it wasn't true. It's real. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's just so. It's such a complicated scenario that was never resolved, so it's kind of a touchy one. My birthday is next week, and I'm about to be wild. And happy birthday, or happy early birthday. And hell yeah, go crazy, get stupid, chill on the jewel, and let your lungs heal. Just let me enjoy myself, please. My lungs feel a lot better, or my lungs actually never really had any problems during all this. I never had any breathing issues. It was just the congestion, but I'm feeling a lot better. Don't worry. Which would you rather adopt, Gizmo from Gremlins or Baby Yoda? Like, sorry, I'm going Grogu all the way. Gizmo's really cute too, though. Thank you, Jen. A lot of you are in it for Gizmo. Okay, He's the same character, the epitome of white privilege. He's just the badass ex-military dude. Like, that's all he plays. That is all he plays. Like when he did Taken, that fucking line of, you know, I'll find you and I'll kill you. Like that is the epitome of every role he has ever played. Like yeah, he was great in Schindler's List. Don't get me wrong. It was a long fucking time ago though. Not a Gizmo fan? Oh, thank you. I have to scroll down to see what the message was, but I saw the donation. Thank you. Gizmo's too much work. That's kind of how I feel about it. I know I'd fuck up and cause a Gremlins 3. Yeah, me too. When Baby Yoda was... When he was immersing people, I was like, he's more deadly than cute, I guess. I mean, I feel like that adds to his cuteness. That he could also fucking kill you. But he wouldn't because he's just so cute. That Baby Yoda video with Rodriguez playing guitar and dancing that was online a few days ago is beyond cute. I have not seen that, and I need to watch that. I love J.K. Rowling. She said nothing controversial. Chill guy. She definitely said some controversial shit. Like the shit she said about trans people was kind of fucked up. And I personally don't like that she goes back to her stories and she's like, actually, this character was gay, and actually, this character was Asian, and actually, I was super inclusive. You just didn't know it. It's like, shut up. Like, if you wanted to be inclusive, you should have written it that way. Don't come in after the fact and be like, oh, no, 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 I did. You just didn't realize it. Like, no, shut up. Shut up. You had your chance. You're just looking really stupid right now. Speaking of, YouTube is putting more ads on your live videos for everyone else. Oh, thank God. Some of them that is going to other people because I had music in it. Regardless, I'm happy about that. People are holding on to Schindler's List for Liam Neeson, but you were right. He hasn't had anything good. Thank you. Thank you. Please, please get into the Netflix series. Is it Bridgerton or Briggerton? I'm sure that's Bridgerton. But I'll have to check it out. I'm sorry. I grew up with Gizmo. I mean, that's fair. Gizmo's cute as hell. If you take care of him the right way. Thank you, Dark Energy. Oh, wait a minute. How do you pronounce that? Dark Energy? Thank you so much. Disney plans to give Baby Yoda a break for a couple of seasons. They better not. Look up sinus clearing machines. Nuvaj comes to mind. I know a lot about sinus clearing machines because I was like hooked up to one as a kid. Long story. Glad to hear you're feeling better. I know you said Breaking Bad was one of your favorite shows. Do you watch Better Call Saul? I have not watched Better Call Saul because I was so sure it was going to ruin what I love so much about Breaking Bad. But a lot of people are like, no, 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 it's actually like really, really good. So I'll get to it. And yeah, for real, Romeo. That super chat is for the Twitch camera. Appreciate it. More like my rent, but thank you. Stop watching and rewatch to play the ads. Thank you. Ooh, twice so far. You're on it. Oh, thank you so much. Which black actor do you think is like Liam Neeson? I can't really think of one off the top of my head. In a very different way, kind of Tyler Perry, because he kind of plays like the same roles over and over again. Just way different types of characters than Liam Neeson, obviously. It's like the best thing I can think of, really. To me, it seems like most black actors actually really try to do like a lot of different roles. Just from what I've seen, anyways. mean, J.K. Rowling is entitled to her opinions about trans people. However, a huge part of her fans are LGBT plus. That shit doesn't fly with us. I mean, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. So the murderer just cross-dressed once to escape capture, and the seedy trans community blew it out of proportion. He wasn't trans to begin with. No, we're like going in on this whole thing. Bridgerton is so good, so messy and steamy. Steamy, huh? Like the good kind of steamy or the straight kind of steamy? I'm just kidding, but like, I'm not. Didn't get a notification for this. Oh, sorry, Teo. I'm glad you're here. I don't know about you, but Harry Potter was written by Emma Watson. Thank you, Too Cool Dancing. I really appreciate it. I think Samuel L. Jackson as well, other than Coach Carter. Oh yeah, Samuel L. Jackson does kind of play the same role over and over again. Or at the very least, he plays every character as Sam Jackson. Denzel plays the same dude, love him, but let's be real. Kind of. I think he has a little bit more diversity than Liam Neeson. Blair Underwood always plays the abusive husband. Embarrassingly, I never know who Blair Underwood is anytime someone says that name. Oh. Oh yeah, he kind of does. Shit. Yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about that. Bridgerton, get ready for some thirst, Michael. 8 episodes, get spicy on the 5th. Why can't it get spicy on the 1st? Like, how spicy are we talking about? What do you... Oh. All right. Makes me sad to say it, but Idris Elba has been very disappointing lately. He has lately, but he still has plenty of time, I think, to get back into some pretty decent roles. Sam Jackson does play like the same. I didn't think about that. I mean, it's a fun game, tough issues, but it's a very pretty game to look at. Main reason I did beat... Just don't spoil it for me. I still have managed to avoid spoilers on how that game ends. Like, maybe a little more than halfway through it. It's a long fucking game. I love it so far. And it does have some really tough issues that it talks about. And it's visually the best looking game I've ever seen. I'm sure people will be like, no, it's not. This game is better. I'm like, no, it's not actually. Like, it's visually the best game I think ever made. I don't think it'll be beat for at least a little bit. And the same kind of question about Steamy and Bridgerton. Well, no one's answering me. Is it the straight kind or not? Bridgerton, oh, there we go. Thank you, NetSetter. Bridgerton has a lot of straight sex, but also some LGBT content. I'm glad that it's there, but I want more. More. How many times has Denzel been a cop? Okay, you got me there. My dad and I just had the same conversation the other night while watching Sam Jackson's Shaft. I mean, I almost don't mind it just because he plays himself so well, you know? Like, not many people hate Sam Jackson. So off topic, but Tim Burton is working on an Addams Family TV show and he wants Johnny Depp to play Gomez. Why Gomez? Why does Tim Burton have such a hard-on for Johnny Depp? Like, I don't hate Johnny Depp, but I don't understand why Tim Burton loves him so much. He speaks of one volume and one volume only. Peppered with a motherfucker. That's true. Lorena Devine. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right about that, Silversight. Denzel is always a cop, and Keanu is always John or Jack. He also played Neo. Sam Jackson's Shaft. I never watched that movie. Like, I've seen the original Shaft, but I never watched the new one with Sam Jackson. Thank you, Abe. It could be very interesting or very, very bizarre. Depp is Gomez. Yeah, I don't think I really like that decision. That might work. Maybe. I like Keanu, but I feel like they name him so he won't forget his character name for something. Maybe. He's not the best actor, but he has some decent roles that suit him, which I think is important. Oh, good. I'm glad the ads aren't like. Has anyone seen like the 2-hour ads that pop up where they're like, "How about you watch this movie?" I'm like, "What is this?" I thought Blair Underwood would play a different role in the C.J. Walker special, but nope. Same asshole. I suppose it's not surprising. Chris Pratt plays the same character. Yeah, he does. Except for in what was that, Passengers? Because in that he was straight up just like a fucking creep. Just needs to not be employed. He's bland as fuck. I don't think he's bland. I just don't like him nearly as much as a lot of people seem to. Like, my brother fucking loves Chris Pratt, and I'm like, he's okay. He makes me laugh sometimes. Chris Pratt is the worst Chris. I mean, out of the 4 Chris's, I would agree with that. I don't hate Chris Pratt, but he's the worst one out of the 4. Tim Burton loves Johnny and HBC. He really fucking does. I don't want a friend. I want my life in 2. Don't agree about Chris Pratt playing the same character, but I agree that he's the worst Chris. I kind of think he plays the same character. He's always just like the lovable doof. Not too bad, but kind of. Apparently Burton and Depp has this show planned way back in the day, but Depp was in contract for Pirates, and now that he got kicked out, they're gonna try that TV show. Well, hopefully it works out for him, because most of Hollywood does not want to hire Johnny Depp right now. Thoughts on the controversial decision to have black actors play historical white figures on film? Currently, Anne Boleyn is going to be played by a black female lead. Cringe or no? Let me see who Anne Boleyn is, and I'll tell you. I think that'd be cool. Personally, I mean, just to, I don't know, just to flip something and show like a different representation of a historical event, I think it's kind of cool. Not always. Like, it could be presented in kind of a cringy way. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't hate the idea. Octavia Spencer was in danger of falling into a stereotype, but I think she's avoided it. Yeah, I think she's avoided it too. She went a little dangerously close there, but she's a really good actress. Oh, and she's done some pretty cool stuff. Because Abe is asking me, watch my ads, people. I need that money. Oh, thank you again. I really hope I'm not getting it wrong. Dark Nergy? I don't know if I should be pronouncing that Dark Energy or Dark Nergy, but thank you so much. Did you get that job? What kind of job was it? No, I didn't. And honestly, I don't even remember. It's been a little while. white people flipping their shit over black actors playing white figures, but when the role is reversed, we hear about best actor for the job. Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, Black and Conscious. See, that's kind of the issue I have with it. It's like, I don't know, a lot of people do get mad when like a role gets reversed, where it's like, oh, the character in the comic books was white, but they have a black person playing it. Like when Zendaya played MJ, people were so pissed about that, and I'm like, who cares? Like, I really don't care. But I don't know. That's just me, I guess. I'm glad the ads are quick. It's not cringe. Good for women of color. Yeah. I turn off ad blocker when I watch your content. Oh, thanks, man. 2-hour ads. That sucks. Have you not seen that? Like, obviously they let you skip it, but if you just let it play, like, you will literally watch a whole movie. And I'm like, what is this? Chris Pratt is like warm milk. I mean, some people like warm milk. See? Romeo improved that right after that. Just watch Bridgerton, casual, chill. Alright. Whitewash characters have been happening for years now. That it's a black woman playing a historically white woman, it's an issue. I mean, again, that's kind of how I feel about the whole thing. It's like, I see the argument for flipping race of any character, but at the same time, for 80 plus years in Hollywood, they've been taking like people of color, whether they be like from different content or historically, and having them be played by white people. So I don't see anything wrong with flipping the script and having people of color play historically white people. It's just fair. Warm milk by itself is gross. I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of warm milk, but if you like it, whatever. It's the way I feel about Tom Holland. I feel like he plays the same character even when he's serious. I do not agree with that. I think he is a very good actor, and he's played some pretty wildly different roles, I think. Like in The Devil All the Time, I'm like, that was so different than what I've seen him do before. So they should have a white chick play Rosa Parks then? Well, see, again, well, like, there's an argument to be made there, but you have a whole problem with Hollywood, again, taking people of color throughout all of these movies and then whitewashing it. So to flip it with a person of color, I don't really see the issue. And it would be disrespectful to have a white woman play Rosa Parks. Is that hypocritical? You can make the argument, but I think it's fair. Those 2-hour ads are the worst. Okay, thank God someone else has seen that. Blame the marketing and passengers and them trying to make it a romantic movie instead of the horror it was. I'd blame the writing of it, because even in the actual movie, they were like, oh no, you should forgive him. I'm like, he ruined your life because he's a stalker. Like, there was nothing romantic about that, but they ended up, like, you know what, their happy ending towards the end of it, and I'm like, no, this is, like, fucked up, dude. Rather have milk tea with tapioca pearls. That sounds good. What was the argument for Pratt being a trash person? I honestly don't remember. I never really kept up with it. I'm curious. Remember them throwing a fit over Amandla Stenberg being cast for Rue? I actually do remember that, and I remember thinking, like, how are you mad about that when in the book it describes her as having dark skin, like brown eyes, and like big bushy hair? Like, it was clearly describing a black person. I do remember that. We need to tear down white supremacy violently. In some ways, yes. Zendaya as MJ. I love Zendaya as MJ too. Let's not forget when they announced a black girl playing Ariel. Oh yeah, people flip the fuck out over that, and I'm like, I don't care. Trying to make it sound like a bad thing. Yeah, I really don't see the problem. Taya, did people really say they felt less sad because of how she looked? Because that shit was so fucking sad. And if you can genuinely not that to be like a super tragic moment that a 12-year-old girl was killed in the Hunger Games because she was black, that's fucked up. Like, that is book race there. The argument was if Black Panther was made white, blah blah blah, when his race is his character to an extent. When Black Canary was made black, so mad. Yeah, that I feel like that's also a solid point. It's like when your race is a part of what the character is, like in the case of Rosa Parks or Black Panther, like obviously you need to cast it to the right race. But with a character like Black Canary, where her race is never an issue, like it's never brought up, it's not a part of her character at all. Who cares what race it is playing her? Like, really doesn't matter. And thank you, Abe. What are you talking about, Roman? It's a Preacher You video, and I was like, what the fuck? I was in the middle of workout and I couldn't stop and shut up. Yeah, what are you talking about? I need water. If people want to talk about... Excuse me. I want to talk about actor for the job. You cannot tell me that every time the white actor was the best one. I agree with that as well. They're like, oh, well, it was, Scarlett Johansson was the best actress for the job. I'm like, was she? Telling me there wasn't a single Asian actress that could outperform her? Kind of doubt it. Chris Pratt is like warm fart. No, I don't like warm farts. But again, as weird as it is, there are people out there that do. Could you imagine not caring about someone just because of their skin color? That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, that's fucked up. I think it's cringe having white chick play the android from Ghost in the Shell. That's literally what I was just talking about. And it was. It was really weird. Didn't fit. But again, that's literal anime that it was based in Japan, so the race does play a part in that character. You got Spider-Man playing a character in Devil All the Time? He was so good in that. Who the hell is talking about that person playing Rosa Parks? I'm not about to call someone out, but it's just part of the conversation, Teo. When race is actually part of the story and integral to the plot, then don't flip it. Yeah, agreed. Taking the time to say Black Lives Matter. Yeah. I'll take the time to say it too. Black Lives Matter. Did you ever watch Knives Out? Fuck yeah, that movie was awesome. Anne Boleyn's race is never part of the story, so F it. She can be played by anyone. I agree. Like, obviously, she was a white woman in history, but, yeah. I agree. F it. Well, again, it is disrespectful to whitewash Rosa Parks, because she was a black rights activist. Like, her race is a major part of who she was. Anne Boleyn didn't have anything to do with her being... She was literally just a queen of England. Like, her whole story is about... I don't remember the story, to be totally honest, but I know it has to do with being executed for treason, like a shitty hold on, let me just read it real quick. Right, her whole thing was about like rocking the system, and the religious system that they had in place had nothing to do with her race. So no, I don't think it's disrespectful to whitewash or to change it to a person of color playing Anne Boleyn, and I do think it's disrespectful to whitewash Rosa Parks. And I agree, Black and Conscious. Pratt is a MAGA and an animal abuser. Is he really? I feel like I haven't actually heard that. If that's the case, then yeah, I don't like him either. Well, I gotta get some editing done. Glad you're feeling better, bro. Thank you. Contact you about some avatar content on your Instagram. Sweet. Sounds good. Good night. No, I knew what you meant, Roman. A lot of black actors on Bridgerton. I just remembered, I'm not saying you watch it, but if you have some time to kill, might as well. Do we really need to entertain an asinine argument? I mean, why not? Let's just have a conversation. People really did say it was less tragic. I was part of that fandom until I started reading that shit. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. I actually rewatched The Hunger Games, I don't know, it was like a month or two ago. I cried so hard that part with Rue. I forgot how, like, unbelievably tragic that character is. We don't, but here we are. Next we're gonna say Eartha Kitt is Catwoman didn't happen. It's Eartha Kitt. Oh yeah, that did happen. Remember when they whitewashed Tiger Lily? Oh yeah, with what was it, Rooney Mara? That was weird. Tasteless choice. Who drinks cold milk? What? You drink what? Cold milk is the way to go. What are you talking about? You flip-flop too much. Someone not caring about a 12-year-old like dying deserves swift death, period. I don't like to flip-flop. It's just I don't necessarily agree with violence. That's just my personal view. But at the same time, I do. So I guess I do flip-flop, but I can't help it. But I agree. Someone not caring about a 12-year-old's death because she's black, they're a fucked up piece of shit. Are you going pee? No, I was getting water. Just need to get some golden Oreos and scoop me some vanilla bean ice cream. Oh, that sounds so good. Anne Boleyn was a tragic figure that most women at the time and some in this time went through. Forced to have male heirs for the king, and when she failed, she was murdered for it. Forced into it. Yeah. Again, has nothing to do with her race. Yeah, okay, Avi. Just a quick house tour. Why are you still talking about my Adam's apple? I know it's big. And doesn't have a voice to match it. A white woman would play Rosa Parks, and the struggle she'll be fighting for is beyond so true. So excited for the creators of Knives Out to do Scream 5. Oh, really? That actually would be pretty cool. Agreed. Catching Fire is an amazing sequel. I actually liked it better than The Hunger Games. I'm sorry if I'm skipping what anyone's saying. I'm just all stuffed up. It's hard for me to focus. And Abe, we probably are doomed. Let's just be real. No problem, Zakia. Catching Fire is the best of the series. Yes, I agree. If any of them had to be split, it should have been that one. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I don't think any of them needed to be split. I think they all could have just been one movie, but agreed, if they were going to split one, it should have been that one. Yes, I did have to look up Eartha Kitt. As soon as I saw her, I knew exactly who she was, but still. Not great with names. Not all the time. Have you read the prequels yet? Haven't had a chance. Thinking about rereading. Prequels to what? Did they do prequels to the Hunger Games? Remember when they whitewashed Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor? Who's Elizabeth Taylor? Oh, that is an old-ass movie. I have not seen it. I've seen some very old-ass movies, but no, I have not seen that one. But do y'all remember when they whitewashed literally every character in Exodus, the Ridley Scott movie about, was it about Moses? I think it was about Moses. I fell asleep during the movie, to be honest. Leave me alone, okay? I don't know every actor. Oh, she was... Oh my god, she was in Emperor's New Groove. That's right. God, I love that movie. You're trying to do it again with Angelina Jolie. Yeah, just don't do that. Isn't the new Cleopatra gonna end up being Gal Gadot? Didn't I hear that? Eartha Kitt's rendition of Santa Baby is one of my favorite Christmas songs. I hate Christmas music, I'm sorry. It's not entirely true, but for the most part. Eartha Kitt, my favorite interview with her is when the interviewer asked her if she would ever compromise for a man. She goes off. Oh, actually, I think I've seen that. Thanks, Abe. Y'all are slacking. Abe has got me covered on these ads. Let's talk about how Emperor's New Groove and Meet the Robinsons are Disney's most underrated films, and Treasure Planet too. Oh my god, Treasure Planet, dude. Oh, I fucking love that movie so much. Don't want to entertain the prequel. Don't need to sympathize with the villain. It's like reading Trump's backstory. What, is the prequel about, like, President Snow or something? What that Adam's apple do, though? Well, it do a lot. Apparently Eartha Kitt and James Dean were quite close friends. Oh, that's cool. I mean, James Dean is very heavily speculated to be gay. Of course, never 100% proven, but it's like 98% proven. Need to leave Scream alone. I mean, I'm fine with them going with it. I'm not that attached to the original ones for me to be like, don't ruin it. I'm like, whatever. Not the gay voice peeked in first. I'd say sometimes it does. Maybe the Def shouldn't have split them up, but of course they did for the money. Of course. Yeah, leave me all alone. I didn't know who Elizabeth Taylor was. Cleopatra is a colored woman through and through. Yeah, she is. Polar ice cap, species dying faster than can be saved, species that could very well have the cure to a multitude of illnesses. I agree. There ain't no fucking way we don't have a cure for HIV or cancer. Bullshit. We do. I 100% will agree with conspiracy theories on that aspect. We 100% have a cure for those things, but they will never release it because that would just lose them too much money. and population control, all that bullshit. Technically, Cleopatra wasn't whitewashed since she was in fact Greek, therefore white. Well, she was Greek and black. There are multiple Cleopatras. That is true, actually. Thank you, Dan. Didn't just have... I did, alright? Leave me alone. Good night, Telty. Yes, she was. Was also in Ernest Scared Stupid. Oh, I forgot about that movie. Haven't seen that since I was a little kid. Seeing clips of the new Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot's line readings are tragic. You see, I disagree. There are some lines and parts of the movie I was like, didn't do great there. But there are parts I think Gal Gadot actually did really good. Oh my god, Abdi, have you not seen Treasure Planet? That movie is so fucking good. It's one of the best animated like Disney movies ever made. Really don't understand Wonder Woman 1984's Hate Train. I don't either. I don't think it was great, but I think it was okay. Had its flaws like most movies, but the good moments were really good. That's exactly what I said earlier in the stream. I mean, Taya, the biggest argument about the ethnic stereotypes in Wonder Woman is how they portray Middle Eastern characters during a section of the movie. And it's a valid criticism. And I don't think there's like a single black character in the movie that has like any substantial part. I think the one that does is literally homeless, which doesn't really speak well for how they did that. Anne Boleyn's race was in play. The experience her upbringing was unique only to Western white European cultures to have a historically accurate account, unless some Cleopatra played drama. I gotta disagree with you, bro. I mean, take a look at everything that Cleopatra went through. I'll check it out on Disney Plus. Greek or Roman mythology. I think Greek mythology is cooler. But Anne's tragedy abridges all cultures for women in the world, from the poorest to riches. Well, what Cleopatra did was like one of the most uplifting stories. Uplifting and tragic and fucked up stories of like a woman taking power. I didn't like Gal's acting in the first one, but she did really well in the second time. I think she did decent in both. I think she did better in the second one. I also think people are harder on DCEU movies. I think so too. The hair's looking good. Thank you. Yeah, I think DCEU movies, I don't know, some of them people are really hard on, and some of them they're not. Like, I don't know, everyone seemed to love Shazam, and I was like, I don't know, I thought it was whatever. But people are really hard on Aquaman, and I'm like, it was fine. Nothing terrible about it. Am I gonna live stream for New Year's? Probably. I don't want to promise it in case I end up getting busy, but probably. BVS is a great movie. No. I'm sorry. I fucking hate that movie. I'm gonna die defending that movie. It's gonna go down as a cult classic. Nope. Nope. You're allowed to have your opinion, but nope. Hate that movie so much. Wonder Woman 1984 was a weird experience, and yes, well, now it's Tame Impala. Joan of Arc was a female icon. She was. It's a shame how she died. Only black people were homeless. Homeless man and little girl in the mall. Oh yeah, that little girl was really cute. But yeah, the other black character was a literal homeless guy. Cleo's eye. Greek mythology, Blood of Zeus, everyone. I just think Greek mythology is really cool. And also talked Henry into divorcing his first wife. Oh, that's right, she did. So she did kind of bring it on herself. In some ways. What the hell is BVS? Batman versus Superman. It's, I hate that movie so much. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Blood of Zeus is good, agreed. I really need to watch it. Was Joan of Arc gay? I don't know. I don't know if that was ever... I mean, it would only be speculated, because there's a lot about Joan of Arc that's still unknown. I think I know what it is. DC had dominated for years before the MCU, comic-wise, cartoon, TV-wise, game-wise. DC had the most famous characters. DC has its thing, so a lot more was expected. I disagree with that a little bit, because for me, the DC movies don't really work for me because they don't have cohesiveness. Like, Marvel movies work for me because it feels like it's all from the same universe. But the DC movies, they're like, for Batman vs. Superman, it's really dark and edgy. And for Shazam, it's really, like, fun and happy. And then for Suicide Squad, it's dark and edgy, but it's also funny. Like, they don't seem to know what they're doing, is my problem with a lot of DC movies. That being said, there are some really good ones. I think Wonder Woman, the first one, was fantastic. I think Man of Steel was pretty good. I think, Aquaman and Shazam, they're alright. I thought Birds of Prey was pretty good. And I think the new Wonder Woman was, it was okay. Don't forget the new hire with the dreads. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're seriously counting black people. I mean, I think with him included, that's the last black person in Wonder Woman 1984. And that being said, he had probably 6 lines. Real question, Batman or Superman? Batman. Superman is too powerful for me to really, like the character. But he's fine. But yeah, Henry Cavill, though. Oh my god. And I will watch Blood of Zeus, don't you worry. I think no one should race wash any character for the sake of inclusivity. It's a dash condescending to all minorities. I disagree. I think what's really condescending to minorities is that 98% of Hollywood movies are, all white casts. So I think the only way to make that right is to go a little bit more in the other direction. Okay, well, I never said that about Watchmen. When I saw that movie for the very first time, I thought it was fucking great. So don't put words in my mouth. Agreed, Avi. DC Universe is a disheveled hot mess that I end up loving anyways. Fair enough. Birds of Prey doesn't get enough love. I don't think it was perfect, but I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. And you see, I wouldn't mind the mix of tones as well if they knew what they were doing. It's like, for Superman, he shouldn't be dark and edgy. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't. He's a beacon of hope. He's the Boy Scout. If you're doing Batman, then yeah, make it dark and edgy. That fits the character. But that's why Batman vs. Superman pissed me off so much. They were like, let's make Superman and Batman, super edgy and dark. And blah. I'm like, no. That does not fit the character for me. And I hated how they wrote Batman. Used way too many guns. Bothered the shit out of me. And I disagree that Marvel has the same sugar cookie recipe. Like, it's clear they have a formula. That's 100%. But every movie still has its own tone and still has its own uniqueness. But not so much so that they don't seem like they're part of the same universe. DC has the it thing for literally 40 years, so people was just going to expect MCU level shit regardless. Well, I mean, when you're following the MCU, yeah. They kind of screwed themselves by being like, we need to make a DCEU to compete with Marvel. It's like, all right, well, if you're going to compete, you better fucking bring it, bro. And I like Birds of Prey too. You push inclusivity until we are on equal ground. That's how I feel too. Wish all this diversity was a thing when I was a kid. Yeah. I mean, that's my thing. I'm like, until things are on an equal playing field, then yeah, you push inclusivity. And then when things are equal, like genuinely, then you won't have to worry about it. See you later, Justin Bell. I'm about to wrap it up too. My ears are bugging me again. Batman isn't dark and edgy. Yes, I'm sorry, but he is so dark and edgy. Like, every comic book about him, he's such a brooding hero. It's drawn aesthetically to be dark and edgy. Like, he doesn't kill people, but it's a very dark hero. And his villains are extremely dark. But that's not his character. Wonder Woman is the darkest and most... I don't agree. Like, there are some comics with Wonder Woman where she is very ruthless. But there's also a lot where she's the peacekeeper. She's the one who brings love. Batman does have a bit of a murder count. Not always his choice. Wish I had some cheddar sun chips right now. I'm not a fan of cheddar sun chips. I don't hate them, but it's not my favorite. It's not a bad thing. I love sugar cookies. But with MCU, it works because there's a constant sense of familiarity. Yeah, I can agree with that. DCU is like, yum, chocolate chip. Oh, wait, it's oatmeal rice. Yeah. Ooh, French onion is really good, though. I remember watching ER as a kid, and one of the black doctors had to explain how he got there like he was a unicorn. I never watched ER, but I can imagine the scene. Have you ever seen Wonder Woman Power Trip? I have seen that. Yes, I have. But I hate that as much as I do when Superman power trips, because it's like, what is anyone supposed to do? Like, they're too powerful. DC's so much better than Marvel. You take on inclusivity is spot on. Thank you. Doctor Who opinion. I'm not a big fan of it. I've always thought it was like a little too corny, I guess. It's a cool concept though. And I personally like Marvel better than DC, but not hating on DC or anything. I think DC comics are fucking awesome. And I agree, the fact that not even Superman can stop her when she goes evil, it is scary, but again, that's kind of a problem with DC heroes in general. They're too much of gods for me. Like, when a character is so unbelievably strong that there's no conceivable way of stopping them when they, like, lose control, it just bothers me. I'm like, okay. Like, so what is anyone supposed to do then? Like, even with Superman and Kryptonite, that only takes you so far. No, one thing, we would never have to sit through the death of Bruce Wayne's parents in a new movie ever again. We better not. Have you seen Jason Momoa video of him groping his daughter's boob in public? No. I'll look it up though. Cause yeah, that's gross. Have coffee, stay with us, go crazy, go stupid. No caffeine, I'm trying to get better. I only watched that once and started to wonder. Song in the background makes me want to roller skate. Doesn't it? What should I snack on this late? Opinions are Greek wedding cookies, strawberry cheesecake. Just do all three. Most of Marvel's heroes are OP. Excuse me? No. No. Like, let's just take our two main heroes of the Marvel Universe and the two main heroes of DC Universe. For an example, Batman, he's not super OP. He's literally human. He has a lot of gadgets and a lot of training. I like his hero a lot. Superman has like fucking 12 different powers. Can't be stopped by bullets. None of that shit. And then you have Iron Man and Captain America. Iron Man, also just human. His suit makes him a lot more invulnerable than Batman, but clearly is not even close to being like a god-level hero. And then you have Captain America, who if he gets shot, he gets shot. Like, he's fucking dead. Like, he has super strength and super reflexes, but not so much to the point where he can fly and shoot laser beams out of his eyes and see through objects and, you know, be bulletproof. That's all I'm saying. Like, Marvel has a couple of its heroes that are, like, ridiculously overpowered, like Captain Marvel or Scarlet Witch, Thor to a degree, but not nearly as many as DC, in my opinion. And nothing like on the level of Superman. Superman is fucking ridiculous. Waiting for people to come to my side and realize Momoa is gross. I mean, I will if I see that video. You look like Wiz. Who's a Wiz? Who are you talking about? More is not better. Yes, it is. I like Marvel, but my love for Batman kind of outweighs a lot. I mean, that's fair. Batman's a good hero. Jason Momoa is low-key problematic. Most of what he does isn't overtly offensive, but he borders on gross. But agreed about the DC heroes being too much like gods. Thank you. And I can agree with that. I like Momoa. I'd claim him like a dream. I mean, I think he's hot as hell, but if he's gross, then kind of ruins it for me. Scarlet Witch, Jean Grey, Hulk, Thor, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer. I mean, yes, there are a lot in there that are ridiculously powerful. But here's the thing. Scarlet Witch. You shoot her, and she's not prepared for it, she's gonna die. You shoot Superman, and he's not prepared for it, he's alive. He's fine. Barely even felt it. Same for Jean Grey. Not for Hulk, but Hulk only has super strength and super invulnerability. Like, he doesn't have the smarts or laser vision or all this other shit. Thor, I mean, even he's not nearly as invulnerable as Superman is. He's up there for sure, but not quite. Doctor Doom, I mean, he's like, I'll give you that one. He's fucking ridiculously overpowered. Kind of the same as Silver Surfer. Alright, I gotta wrap this up, everybody. Let me try and get through the last of these comments. That's why I love The Boys with Homelander trying to survive and defeat a god. See, I don't like that shit at all, man. Really bothers me when someone's god level strong. Makes it feel pointless to me. Didn't Scarlet Witch say no more mutants in the comics and literally took every mutant's power? She did, but again, you shoot her in the back of the head, she gonna die. I mean, I can agree with that. Even Wonder Woman is stronger than Thor. Yeah. Mutants still have checks and balances, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind if a hero is super strong, as long as they have some kind of feasible weakness that is fair. Oh, and I need Storm and Rogue in the MCU too. That would be fucking sweet. Night, Abby. Alright. My ears hurt. I'm gonna go take my antibiotics. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be trying to post as many videos as I can this week. No major promises. I still don't feel 100%, but I'm trying. I'm back to editing and everything. And thank you all, everybody. Happy New Year.